Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is Dr. Val, and I am so excited to be here with you today. I am filming on two cameras, so hello, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and feels like I'm missing somebody. But what's up, everybody? I'm glad to be here with you. Again, this is Dr. Val. I am a clinical psychologist. My area of study is chronic disease and stress related illnesses. We know from studies that 95 to 98% of illnesses are stress related. The other 2 to 5% are from your food, your diet, and your DNA, hun. My goal with these 5 to 7 minute videos is to provide you with information, tips, and strategies that will promote well-being and help you avoid diagnosis. If you are in the Cincinnati area, I am hosting a women's health symposium where we will talk about financial health, nutritional health, and of course physical health on January 7th, 2023. I invite you to purchase your tickets at www.tranquilhottubs.com. That's www.tranquilhottubs.com. This week, we have been talking about soul wounds. On Monday, we talked about what is a soul wound. On Tuesday, we talked about what does it look like if someone has a soul wound. Today, Wednesday, we're going to talk about how do you help someone who has a soul wound or needs to be healed. Thursday, who's impacted by soul wounds? And finally, Friday, are soul wounds avoidable? So, how do you help someone heal with the soul wound? And this is so that has a soul wound or is going through the healing process and you're a part of their life. And I was going to say this is so timely because I saw a post by Tia that said, the caption said something like, you telling me how to heal. And then the little blurb said, oh, that's cool, but I'm going to block you. So go ahead and find that little post and like that, because that's the truth. So how do you help someone heal with the soul wound? One, the first thing I'm going to say is pray for them, because prayer will do what you cannot do. When you talk to God, God can do things that no man can do, and He knows exactly what needs to be done. The other thing you could do is several things. I think I have 16 things that you could do. And this is not an all-inclusive list. Of course, there, depending on the circumstance and situation, there may be other things that you find to do. But number two, be there to support them. Okay? 3, if they will allow you, get them the appropriate help, be it a therapist, a counselor, a doctor, whatever they need, get them the appropriate help. 4, only offer advice when asked. Otherwise, just listen. And I know if it's a family member, if it's your cousin, your sister, your brother, your uncle, it's kind of hard not to give your advice. But sometimes that's more detrimental than you just zipping the lip, being quiet, and listening. Now, if they ask you for advice, and this is number 5, if they ask you for advice or your opinion, speak the truth in love. Don't tell them what they want to hear. That will not help them. That will just prolong the process, okay? Don't tell them what they want to hear. Number 6, stay in your lane. Don't try to counsel them if you're not qualified to counsel. Don't do it, because this could do more harm than good, because we all speak from our perspective. Everything about us, our makeup, everything we've ever been through contributes to who we are right now. And this is where we most of the time, really all of the time, speak from. So don't counsel if you're not qualified to do that. So that leads us to number 7. Stay within the parameters of your relationship. Know what you can say and what you cannot say. Know that just because you think it doesn't mean it should be said, and just because it's true, even though I said speak the truth to them in love, doesn't mean it needs to be said either. But you have to know your parameters. Number 8, do not tell anyone. Just get over it. Why can't you just get over it? Oh my God. Do not do that. You cannot tell a person just to get over something. Okay? Number 9, do not attempt to rush the healing process. 10, but don't be an enabler either. So don't try to push them faster than they're ready to go, but don't become an enabler by coddling them and keeping them stuck in that same position. Number 11, importantly, don't say that you understand unless you really do. If if someone's child has just died, their daughter or son has just died, and you've never had a son or daughter die, how can you understand that? You can't. If someone's been through a divorce and their husband or wife was not very nice, did some unruly stuff while married, and you've been single all your life, how can you understand that? You can understand being hurt, yes, but it is not the same thing. This is where you offer number 12, empathy, not sympathy. Okay? Empathy gives a whole nother connotation than sympathy. We don't want to sympathize, but we do want to empathize, okay? Number 13, don't try to make light of the situation, for example, by telling jokes just to lighten the mood. Don't do that if they're not ready for that. That might be your coping mechanism, but it may not be theirs. So, and that's another thing, you have to be careful to not bring how you do things into the situation when you're working with someone who needs to be healed. Number 14, know when to step away. Know when you got to take a break. Know when you need to step back and let somebody else come in and offer support. You do not have to be there 24/7 unless it's like your child or someone's in your household. But even then, allow people to come in and support you, because you don't want to run the risk of burning out, and then we have to help you recover. Number 15, understand that the process and that trauma is different for everyone. Everybody processes trauma differently. So don't hold a person to your standard of how you would deal with the situation. That's not going to be helpful. All right. And it might even make them feel inferior, because they're going to then think not only are they dealing with the hurt, but then what's wrong with me? Why can't I get over this? It should be easier than this. No, not necessarily true. And then 16, this is not the final thing, but it's the last thing I'm going to say. Ultimately, understand this. You, me, any therapist, any person, we are not the authority on someone's healing. At most, we can be there to offer support, suggestions of things that we think can help, but we are not the authority and the expert. The person that's in the situation is the expert of their healing. Okay? And so it might be difficult, it might be hard to understand that, but that's the fact of the matter. All right? Beautiful. So tomorrow, good people, we are talking about who is impacted by soul wounds. You don't want to miss it. So if you're watching the reel of this, make sure you go to my page, either on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and watch the entire video. Okay? All right? Until tomorrow. So, Instagram, you're out of here first. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye. All right. Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. You are out of here next. I will see you tomorrow. You also have a